I'd like to go back and visit the warm-up at the beginning of the 1.4 notes. It says, a school bus driver is driving along the turnpike with mile markers. She's currently at mile marker 55. If the second school bus driver is 8 miles away, determine her possible locations. So keep in mind, the second school bus driver could be 8 miles ahead. And so that would mean if we take 55 plus 8, then that bus driver would be at mile marker 63. She could also be 8 miles behind this bus driver. And so if you took 55 minus 8, that would be at 47. That's how we're going to think about these absolute value problems, because absolute value is really actually talking about a distance away on a number line. So really we're saying what is 8 miles ahead and behind of mile marker 55. So the second bus driver could be at mile marker 47 or at mile marker 63. Let's apply that to a word problem. This word problem says, in a cheerleading competition, the minimum length of a routine is 4 minutes. The maximum length of a routine is 5 minutes. Write an absolute value equation that represents the minimum and maximum lengths. So anytime it says, write an absolute value equation that represents minimum and maximum of something, you're going to use this formula. Inside the absolute value bars, you're going to do x minus the middle number, and it's going to equal the distance. Let me show you what this means on a number line so that it makes more sense. So take a number line and go ahead and put the minimum length of the routine, which is 4 minutes, and the maximum, which is 5 minutes. Now, let's locate the middle point between 4 and 5. So now you probably know just instinctively that that is 4.5, but let's look at how you show. So how you know is you take this lower number, 4, plus the bigger number, 5, and divide by 2. So you get 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5. That is your middle number. So in our equation, we're going to have x minus 4.5, and that's going to be inside our absolute value bars. Now distance, what it means by distance is from that middle number, how far up or down is it to the 4 or the 5? So from 4.5, you go up half a minute, or you go from 4.5 back half a minute. So the distance from the middle to either point is half a minute, or 0.5. So this would be our equation. Let's try another one. For a poetry contest, the minimum length of a poem is 16 lines. The maximum length is 32 lines. Write an absolute value equation that represents the minimum and the maximum lengths. So I'm going to go ahead and put our equation up here. I would definitely write this down in your notes and make sure you have this, knowing that when you use this is when it asks you to write an absolute value equation. So make a number line and put 16 and 32. Now, what is the middle number? All right, hopefully you did 16 plus 32 and divide it by 2. You get 16 plus 32 is 48, and then divide by 2 is 24. So your middle number is 24. All right, now what is your distance from 24, either up to 32 or back to 16? It's 8. You move up 8, 24 plus 8 is 32, or back 8, 24 minus 8 is 16. So the distance that you move from the minimum to the maximum, starting at the middle point, is you move up 8 or down 8. So that number for distance is 8. So this is my absolute value equation.